Science has brought me quite closer to the God. This feeling has stayed with me all through my years of science, not a day or two. Some students, some people in the society, they will become theist and atheist for some time and other time. There is no base for their feelings, for their conviction. But he mentions quite clearly, legitimately, quite mindfully, he mentions, science has put me in quite constant touch with the original cause of the universe, and this feeling has stayed with me all through my years of science. Whenever a student of science would approach me with a project, scientific project, I would ask him only one question: will this project take you quite nearer to the God? Are you getting? The project which you have been dealing with, will it take you quite near to the God? If it is going to give a essence and a vision and a glimpse of the God, please you go ahead with that. If not, better to get that from here. That is the statement which was made by a great scientist. He was Srinivasa Ramanujam, great mathematician. Just lived for 30 to 33 years, that's all. Which he has given new dimension to mathematics, mathematical world. He says, if these formulas, mathematical formulas cannot exhibit, cannot show the essence of the God, I don't think we have anything with these formulas. It is not worth of understanding or studying this mathematics. The reason why I have been telling all these things is, this is a prime age for you all. You have been passing through potential years of your life. Instead of wasting your time only studying this without understanding the real essence of the life, a day will come when you start questioning yourself, what actually you have achieved in your life in past. Your answer from inside will be zero. Lord Rutherford, who gave an atomic model, who didn't have a faith upon the original cause of the universe, toward the end of the year, the end of the life, when he was at 66, he made a statement. In search of truth of my life, I ended with protons, neutrons and electrons. Are you getting? In search of truth of my life, I ended with protons, neutrons and electrons, which have no life at all. Somewhere along the line, my life has run out through my fingers. At this age, at the age of 66, just 6 months he lived after this statement. Only 6 months he lived. At this, I have been trying to retrace the path of my life. Such a regretful statement should not be made by you all. If you can be able to run your life, if you can be able to make use the essence of your life mindfully, by the time you reach the stage, you will become a great enlightened person. Got it? Great energy is there within us. If you can able to understand that, you can become Buddha. You can become Vivekananda. It is not that always we have to adore those people. Even if they come to know that still they are being adored, they are being worshipped, they are being regarded, they will slap us. When you have a possibility of being evolved to that extent, why should you adore me? Your civil HOD is here. What is his name? I have been asking the students. Sunit Kumar. Correct? They are from Mysore. His papa was a great professor in National Institute of Engineering, where I studied. He too taught me structure for some time. He was so great. When momentaria theorem, theory was being solved, whole system was following a particular method. Professor Muttana was teaching me structures. When he was teaching, there's such a long formula, and steps are involved so many. Even if you make a small mistake in science and something else like that, there are all possibilities of losing the marks. Ultimately, you will be in the jungle. In between, one day I followed a particular method, and I have shown to my junior professor, then who was there. He scolded me like anything. I have not followed his method. Who was working as an assistant for Dr. Mutana, Professor Mutana. I went straight into his cabin, his chamber. I have shown him, sir, this is the method which I have followed. If we follow this method, at least 4 steps we are going to save. If we can able to save 4 steps, time saving will be so much. Ultimately, I will be benefited. If I can able to arrive at the same result, why should not I follow this method? Professor Mutana didn't talk anything. He didn't speak. He kept quiet. He sent me out. Next day when he came to the class, while teaching, he made all the steps regularly as he was doing, and he put a mark on those 4 steps, and ultimately he said to the class, saying, now onwards you no need to follow these 4 steps. You can avoid these 4 steps, because he has found this method which you follow this, you can avoid this, which is going to be useful for you all. He was such a great fellow. One junior fellow, with due regards to the junior teachers I have been telling, when I made out and told to that junior professor, he scolded me like anything. If you don't follow my method which I have mentioned, ultimately you are going to lose marks. That's the way I was discouraged by a junior fellow, and I was encouraged in the open class. He could have told me to follow whatever the method I wished to when I met him in the chamber itself, in seclusion. But he didn't utter anything. He came to classroom. He made everything, and he promulgated to avoid those steps and to follow my method. Great people would be like that. Great people would be like that. You are from such a family. I must congratulate for you have been placed over here, because I am the student from that National Institute of Engineering, Mysore. That was the one institution which was established in pre-independence time. There are only 3 institutions, 3 engineering colleges in Karnataka. Now we have hundreds. Okay? Children, students, you are in good institution. Before I conclude, I must thankful to all the faculty, but in particular your chairman for having given this kind of opportunity to discuss and to speak to your 1 or 2 or 3 questions you can ask, which I have to conclude this session within 10, maximum 15 minutes. Jai Shri Guru.
Will you please explain the difference between the 2 scientists who gave a very big problem solutions, Sir Isaac Newton and Einstein?
Okay, Jai Shri Guru. Have you got the question? He's a great speaker, good orator. I respect his personality. For the last 3-4 years, we have been in constant touch with. As a young student, he asked me to explain the personalities of Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton was in 17th century. Albert Einstein was in 20th century. Correct? Isaac Newton has given gravitational theory, law of motions. Sir Isaac Newton has given E is equal to mc square, specific relativity theory, photoelectron effect. So this is the way our teachers will teach us to differentiate between the two different terms. Got it? Is it with this perspective you have asked to differentiate between these two people, persons, or anything else other than beyond this? Okay. When Sir Isaac Newton made a statement that there is a force called gravitation force in this universe, does it mean that he found it quite newly? Does it mean that he has brought from somewhere else outside and he has established in this universe as a gravitation force? When Lavoisier has discovered oxygen, didn't we have oxygen in this universe earlier? We did have. On this earth we did have. Not in the universe. Here we did have. But one great similarity between these two guys we can find is both are intuitive minded people. Got it, children? Human brain has two parts. There are many parts. Significantly, there are two parts. One is left brain and right brain. Albert Einstein says, intuitive minded people always they are gift to this society. Intuitive minded people are always gift to this society. It is something like a sacred gift. A rational mind is like an humble servant. A rational mind is like an humble servant. We have created such a society wherein humble servant is being respected and sacred gift is neglected. If I say something against the God and the existence about the consciousness and about the universality, ultimately such a person is going to be respected, regarded overnight. If I say something about the soul, if I say something about the consciousness, he will be neglected like anything. The society where we have more and more intuitive minded people, such a society is going to be evolved eternally and going to establish its supremacy perpetually. Both Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton were intuitive minded people. Both were theoretical physicists. Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton, they didn't give theories sitting in the laboratories. Whole nature, whole universe was the laboratory for them. Isn't it? When gravitational theory is visualized, though it is a physical thing, mortal thing, do you know how many years it took to make whole world to understand that? It took almost 20 years. How many years? 20 years. Even today, how many of us have been understanding specific relativity theory? When I had been to Oxford University 2 months ago, when I was discussing with Lord Martin, this great astronomer, Nobel laureate again, when I started discussing about the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and when I asked about the specific relativity theory to be explained, he says, "Dear, I tell you, don't mind. Whole world knows what actually Oxford and Cambridge is. But frankly, I tell you, even today within our